Because it's not just sufficient to come to a gathering once a week, any gathering. Let it be gathering of hope or let it be any other gathering. It's not sufficient to sit in a gathering once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week and start counting yourself as a good Muslim, as somebody who is accepted in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have certain individuals that go to certain gatherings once a week and they act like the biggest muftis in the city. However, it's important that we understand our responsibility as a young Muslim. And I remind myself and you all that attending a gathering like this or a similar gathering like this, it's a praiseworthy act. It's a mustahab act. No doubt you are rewarded for sitting in a gathering like this. No doubt you are beneath the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No doubt we find from the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that a gathering of zikr like this is surrounded with angels of mercy. And people sitting in a gathering of zikr are enveloped from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But me and you, we must remember that from the terminology of Islam, sitting in a gathering like this, it's mustahab, it's praiseworthy, you are rewarded for it. And if you do not attend a gathering like this, you are not sinned for that. If you miss gathering of hope next Wednesday, you are not sinned for that. But if you attend it, there are immense amount of rewards that Allah has prepared for us. The most highest and the most important from all the terminologies in Islam is what? Fard, obligatory. So any act which falls under the title of fard, obligatory, we must understand that there is no options for us but to do that. It's not that if you do it you are rewarded, if you don't you are sinned or you are not sinned. Fard is something which is obligatory and we must do. And this is what I want to emphasize tonight. First, my Muslim brothers and sisters, are the fara'id. And this is the objective, the theme, the idea and the vision that I had behind GOH, behind Gathering of Hope, to mold young people to become good Muslims, to plant the seed of Islam in their hearts, so they're punctual in their fara'id. So the vision behind this whole mission is what? To mold young people to recognize their responsibility as a Muslim. To recognize the reason of why you're here, why are you on this planet. Every single thing around us has a purpose. Everything, from this mic that I'm using, to the chair I'm sat on, to the desk in front of me, to the camera that's there, to this phone, to this key, every single thing around us, look around you. Everything has a reason to it. Everything has a purpose to it. Look around. Spend a couple of seconds just looking around. Everything has a purpose to it. Yet, my Muslim brother and sister, have you ever looked at yourself and asked yourself the question, Are bande, why have I been created? Akhir, why is it that I've been created? What's the purpose of my creation? Everything on the surface of this earth has a purpose to it. What's the purpose of me? What's the purpose of myself? What's the purpose of my creation? Then what's the difference? Why has Allah created me and you? What is the purpose for our creation? When we think and talk about the purpose of creation, we don't need to go far. It's unfortunate that we've distanced ourselves from the Quran. That very Quran upon which Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam says. The Quran is what? Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam introduces the Quran and says, Fihi tibyanun likulli shay. This book that consists of almost 6,666 verses, 30 chapters, 114 surahs, Fihi tibyanun likulli shay. Everything is mentioned in the Quran. It's the solution to your problem. It's the answer to your question. Zara aakar padh ke to dekho. Open the Quran. Let Allah speak to you. You may get the answers to your questions. You may get the problems to your solutions. Yet we are distant from that Quran. We are distant from the Quran. For us it's just a book that's on our shelves collecting dust. And we will be cleaning the dust very soon when Ramadan starts. For the first few days we'll open it and we'll have this inspiration to finish the Quran. Maybe halfway through we'll get lazy again. Or maybe the Quran is collecting dust, waiting for someone to die in your family, so we can open the Quran, take it to the hospital and read it. Are Muslim brother and sister, the Quran did not come to give death to people. The Quran was revealed to give life to the dead. We've changed the purpose of the Quran. Look at Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, that notable Today we've forgotten this beautiful heritage that we have. Are Muslim, be proud of being a Muslim. Quran belongs to me and you. That Quran, let it be printed in Pakistan, let it be printed in America, let it be printed in the UK, any part of the world, wherever it's printed, it's exact the same, not a single dot changes on the Quran. Be proud of this. Let's ask the Quran, Ya Allah, why you created me for? The mic was created so my sound can go as far as my speakers are. Hat is created so I cover my head. Socks to cover my feet, protect me from the cold. Curtains to bring a partition in the room. Everything has a reason. Ya Allah, why have you created me? I'm a 5-6 foot man. Why have I been created? What's the reason of my creation? Becoming steadfast in your prayer will increase in your wealth. Becoming steadfast in your prayer will illuminate your life. Becoming steadfast in your prayer, you will become a popular individual. People will start to like you. This is another benefit of praying namaz. People will start to like you. You're feeling at unrest within yourself, distressed within yourself, self-satisfaction, inner contentment. Establish your prayer and you will feel content. Every issue, it's because we're not punctual with our prayers. It's because we're not praying our namaz. Alage Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam mentions, Buni al-Islamu ala khamsin. We are not punctual in our prayers. We attend a weekly gathering and we start issuing fatwas on Facebook. Alage Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, Buni al-Islamu ala khamsin shahadati an la ilaha illallah wa iqami salati wa ita'i zakati wal hajji wa sawmi Ramadan. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam says, Islam is founded on 5 pillars. There are five foundations to Islam. These are 5 pillars of Islam. If a foundation of a building is weak, how long will the building last? Maybe 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, strong winds hit it, it will drop. Why? It will collapse. Why? Because the foundation is weak. Therefore, 1400 years ago, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam has informed us, you want a strong iman? Some people say, my iman's weak. I want to come to the masjid, but I'm feeling weak. The reason is because the foundation of your iman, your faith is weak. The reason is that the foundation is weak. How can you build on it? How can you do zikr azkar? How can you grow a beard? How can you make yourself be seen in the masjid? How can you find yourself in the masjid? How can you recite Quran? This is all what building. How can you give sadaqah? How can you give charity? Because these are all building on that foundation. And the foundation are these 5 pillars. If these are weak, you won't read Quran, you won't give charity, you'll disrespect your elders, you won't be praying namaz, you won't be singing in the masjid. Why? Foundations are weak.